Hey guys, Rob McLennan here, talking a little horse racing now. We're going to preview opening day at Santa Anita, the start of a new era really with their extended meet, the lack of a Hollywood Park now to compete with for dates kind of. You've got a good 9-race card on Boxing Day. It's going to be a fun and fantastic affair. I think you've got two grade ones that are quite competitive. You've got a couple of good allowance races. It's also the second half of the UIC Challenge I'm in. I let Dad do most of the picking for the first one, so we're well behind. This would be a comeback of epic proportions. Kind of a Gato del Sol afternoon delights. I can't think of a good reference now to make for a deep closer. Hickory sauce, but that's a kind of a local reference. Santa Anita's card kicks off with a mile and 16th maiden 20. Kind of an interesting field because you get a big heavy favorite. My picks in this race are going to go 8, 2, 5, 3. The heavy favorite, Crusher the 2. Runs a big race last time on the Poly. Second meet in a length and a quarter. Kind of a very wide trip. 2 starts on the dirt at Santa Anita. He ran 4th, kind of weakened. First off a long layoff though. So you get now 3rd off the layoff for a horse that's going to be a 3 to 5 shot. But I don't know how good of a trip he's going to get, and that's why I wanted to go elsewhere. The horse I did go to in here was Perfect Magic Man for Mark Glatt. And this is just your old Andy Beyer change of pace angle horse. If you remember what that kind of means is that horse comes off, runs a race, closes a bunch of ground, shows a bunch of speed. The next time up, either closes and passes horses for the first time or shows a whole bunch of speed that it kind of hasn't shown before. So I think Perfect Magic Man, you're going to get $20 at least on him. He showed a whole bunch of speed last time. Now he gets to the dirt for the first time, has some dirt pedigree. So you're going to get a bit of a shot here. I think he's going to get a good trip. There's not a whole lot of speed in the race. So Perfect Magic Man's the other one. The other 2 horses I wanted to just mention are Mikey T on the drop and bringing on the Wayne, second time blinkers with some speed and stretching out for the first time, and he is bred to it. So 8, 2, 5, 3 in the first. Second's a maiden special. You get John Sadler coming from Gulfstream at 9 to 5. You get Baffert 8, 7 to 5 off the DQ. Now I'm thinking that Baffert's going to bounce. Second off the layoff, running a huge race, drifted out, looked like he was getting a little tired, and they wheel him back in 25 days. Just the 2 works in the interim, so I'm hoping that battled a little too hard and gets beat here at a short price. I went 1, 4, 5, 2, the 1 next right. First time starter for Mark Glatt. Yes, I know he's 4% with firsters, but this horse looks like he has a lot of talent. The mare is an Oregon mare that was raced by the owner and breeder. This horse had 3 works at Emerald and absolutely lit the track up. And obviously they thought enough of this horse to send him down to California and get him working. Now Mark Glatt has got him going. He's got good steady works on the Poly. His best works are on the dirt at Emerald. Now he gets on the dirt at Santa Anita. Hopefully he can show that he has a whole bunch of talent for a 3-year-old colt that is a late starter. Just taking a shot here, a horse that's going to have a bit of a price. And even though Glatt is a 4% first-year trainer, he is a positive ROI at 1.04. Second choice for me is the 4 Forest Boy. This is a horse that's going to rally. Ran his best races on the Poly. Now gets to cut back in distance a little bit, back to 6 furlongs. And I think this was a horse that was only a length and a half beaten by Battle last time and was really gaining on him. And I think can catch up to him this time. The other 2 horses I'm going to use are Battled and Well Lawyered, who's the Terra Nova horse, getting back on the dirt and closing. I just think he gets a piece. The third is a 40,000 starter. Buckingham, like 75 buyers for these horses that for starter 40 is kind of just a very average one. The 1 and 2 both bothered me. The 1 comes out of a race strictly for 3-year-olds, didn't have any excuse and didn't win. And she's been really close the last 4 starts, but just hasn't been able to win. And I think that's going to be the case again. You get Nakatani here, but I'm going to go to the 6, Lucky Vic. This horse going 6 furlongs last time, closed a little bit of ground, had some trouble down the lane. But the race 2 back on the Poly, the race is in April and March at Santa Anita on the turf. She goes out to the front, and I think she could get loose in here. I'm hoping that's what happens. I used Buckingham Bull and Cabaletta behind her just because I think they're the best, but I don't think they're horses that really like to win. 1 for 11 and 1 for 19 respectively. Blinkers come off Cabaletta, those are the 1 and 2. And then the 7 Amanda could be anything. First time out, she ran so good, running a 72, but it was made in 20. Now his first time turf and jumps way up in class. The 4th is an optional 40. I thought there was a ton of speed in here because you get Dover Crazy, Got Even, Designer, Had Fun Last Night, Wild Media, Doors Open, Big Matcher, and Omega Star were all very close to the front end last time they ran. I went to the 8-5 Palms, the Bafford, third-time starter. Won by a half length first time out, came back and ran fourth, beating the length, but took the wide trip. The 4s Had Fun Last Night. I just think this is the best of the speed drops out of a race with Air Kitty, who's in the Malibu, and Secret Circle, 2 back, who won the British Cup Sprint. So Melbourne Had Fun Last Night, second off a little layoff back on the Santa Anita dirt. Can run a good race. Third choice I wanted to use these 2 long shots in the pick 4, pick 5 sequence are Drover Crazy and Got Even. Both ran against the bias last time, down on the inside. Actually, Got Even didn't have that much of an excuse, but Drover Crazy definitely did. Where he was against the bias, had no shot, throw that race right out. Go back to the race where he wins as maiden at Santa Anita. Maybe he's going to be good enough now. Comes back for the Ron Ellis barn, hoping at a price this horse can get a piece. The 5th is 40,000 Down the Hill. One of my favorite horses in here, and that is Mr. Bossy Pants. Second last time beating a nose after showing a whole bunch of speed, but he can sit close, he can go to the lead. Maldonado rides him for Diodoro. This has definitely been the good combinations for this gray gelding. And I think he wins again, even though he doesn't really going to offer much of a price. I'd also look at Luck-a-Ruck, who won the Governor's Cup 3 back. He was claimed for 50 by Mike Pender, ran 5th in the Cal Flag, ran 5th in the On Trust, and now they're saying, you know what, we won our stake with him, we've tried it, he's not good enough for the rest, let's get him back in, let's get him claimed, let's try to win a purse. And you're going to get $10 or $11 on this horse, who's got a good shot. Third choice in here for me, I did go to the 3 Coast, who did beat Mr. Bossy Pants last time, but probably had a much better trip. Just think he's another horse at a mid-level price that's going to have a good shot. And the other one is just Trelawney for the Mullins barn, back into the Mullins barn, and that should prove him enough to get a spot in the top 4. The 6th race at Santa Anita is the Brea 3-year-old fillies going 7/8. You've got not a whole lot of speed in here. Madam Cactus is going to be way over bet. They went so fast in front of her in the Raven Run, and she closed up on the outside. They went 44-3. Now she's been off a little while for Peter Yurton. She won the Grade 2 last time, but she's going to be way over bet. I don't care if she's 3-1. That's way too much money for this filly. She's not as good as these. That's my opinion. Journey On isn't fast enough to go with Sweet Lulu. My happy face we're going to come back to. Miss Lucky Sevens has never been on the dirt. And Patrick Gallagher, she's got turf breeding with Big Brown, and you got Rahi being the major turf influence, but Big Brown is kind of a decent turf sire. Got be last time allowance not into it. Hollywood, I think she's a little tough. I don't think Executive Privilege has come back to be as good as she was as a 2-year-old when she was beaten by Beholder by a length in the juvenile fillies. But I think Executive Privilege rallies and gets a piece as the stalker. Air Katie really hasn't been as good on the dirt as she is on Polly. That goes for Peter Miller, and she did run her best career race last time, winning an optional on 2. You get to see how good she might be with Had Fun Last Night earlier in the day. That race was against the boys as well, so that was kind of impressive. I think Air Katie's got a shot in here, but the horse I really like is Sweet Lulu, 44, on a track on British Cup Day where I thought you had to be outside on Saturday, and she was down in the rail on the front end, 22-44, and still hung around to be 5th. Only beaten 5 1/4 by Groupie Doll and Judy the Beauty, Dance Card, and all these really nice fillies. Now this is her time to really shine as the top sprinting filly. I think she goes wire to wire. And you get my happy face, I think she's just going to follow her around. She's a better sprinter. Mile and 8th the last time was too far, she just kind of spit it. Now you get Peter Miller bringing her back, and I think that's going to make her awfully tough. The 7th race is the Sir Buford Grade 2 mile in the turf for 3-year-olds. I went to the 5, horizontally speaking, with the 8. No Jet Lag, the 9, Tom's Tribute, and the 2, Tis a Minister, excuse me. I just think horizontally speaking, for Sadler is going to be loose speed. Not a whole lot of horses want to show, want to run. Gervino is a very even horse that I threw out just saying, you know what, this horse just kind of runs around with him. He's fast, but he's not that closing kick. So I'm hoping horizontally speaking, second off the little bit of the layoff, he can get out on the front end and just go. Second choice, no jet lag, obviously coming out of the Breeders' Cup Mile, way tougher spot. He did win the City of Hope 2 starts ago. He does run well fresh for Simon Callahan, and I think this is a great spot for him. The 9 Tom's Tribute stretches back out after winning Uniformity, going 6.5. I think this is probably the chief rallier in the field for Mike Smith, James Cassidy. And my fourth choice is Tis a Minister, just a horse I've kind of always liked. Who's a deep late closer, but hasn't really shown as much ability on the turf. But I think last time he really kind of started to take to it, rallying in the California Flag. So I think Tis a Minister is a good horse to get up for your tries or supers. The Grade 1 Malibu, 300,000, 3-year-old going 7.8. The three-headed Baffert Monster with Shaking It Up, Flashback, and Zebros. I think there's just an absolute abundance of speed in here, and here's the issue. Distinctive Passion is faster than anybody else in the race, and this is too far for Distinctive Passion. He's not going to go 7/8. He stopped on October the 5th when Points Off the Bench and Golden Sense beat him. He was loose that day. He had no excuse. But now he's going to get all this other speed coming with him, chasing him, and 7/8 is going to be too far, and this is going to be an absolute blow-up race. Zebros is going to go. I think Backen's going to be close. Air of Storm is fast. You're going to get our double play, and the cutback is obviously not going to be that fast. So I think you're going to get these horses that all want to go. Anybody that goes with Distinctive Passion is not going to be around at the finish. Just, you heard it here from me. This horse is faster than anybody else, but he cannot go this far. So, by process of elimination, I ended up with Flashback. I thought he ran a really green race in Damascus. He'll improve. Now he gets Rosario second off the layoff. He's been working good. And I think you're going to get a better price than last time because of that loss, but I think he's the best horse. Second choice, I'm going to go to another Baffert, and that's Shaking It Up. He won the San Vicente, running an 86 buyer, and I think this is a great stalking horse. Runs well fresh. He's been working up an absolute storm, 59-1, 111. Baffert is good off the layoff, 24%. And Flores doesn't bother me because he already rode this horse. My third choice is Holy Loot. Throw out his dirt mile. He was against the bias, trying to rally on the Friday. Golden Sense beat him quite handily. Before that, he was in the sloppy rally in the Indiana Derby, so he's never really had a chance, but he did break his maiden sprinting at Hollywood. Now he cuts back to 7/8 on the dirt. Looking for an improved performance here from Holy Loot. Fourth choice in here for me is the 5 Z-Watt. Hollendorf for another rallier. He beat Flashback last time, but I thought he had a perfect trip, so I'm just going to hope that, maybe he doesn't get such a good one this time, and he doesn't get to the winner's circle. The 9th and final at Santa Anita, I'm going to the first-time starter at 2, Magna Warrior. Magna Graduate has decent first-time numbers. Kitchenman's good first-time out. And I don't see a whole lot else in here. This horse has got okay works. Maybe the 47-1 is meant to get somebody to claim him, but I'm going to take a shot here with Magna Warrior. The second choice here for me is the 9. It's too much information. You get Mullins, Delgadillo, hit New Year's Day and tap it rich first 2 times out. Last time didn't show a whole lot on the poly. His best race where he did pass horses well on the dirt at Santa Anita. Now he gets back onto it and drops way down in class. So I think he's got a shot here, just based on the class relief. Third choice in here for me is the 5, Conficio, another horse that's dropping for Mike Mitchell. First time on the dirt. Did run second first time out though and showed some precociousness. Aaron Grider hasn't really had a great meet, but at Hollywood, so I'm hoping he turns it around and Conficio has a shot here. And that leaves my fourth choice as the 6, Tax Enough, who ran a couple of good races at Santa Anita for maiden special. Then for maiden 30, ran second, came back, sprinted at Hollywood and just was in a little too tough. I think this horse can show some speed in a race where not a whole lot of horses have shown crazy good speed. Conficio will be out in front, and so should New Order, but Tax Enough is another horse I thought could hang around, maybe improving with time for Doug O'Neill. That's the card for Thursday at Santa Anita Boxing Day. Make sure to order your calendars if you haven't already off the Santa Anita website. Other than that, the Malibu, the Brea, it's going to be a good card of racing. Thanks for joining me here on this Tuesday morning, I guess it technically is, and have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the times, and we'll check in later in the week with you. Good Good night.